What are y'all standing for? First, I told y'all I was going to get the videos together, man. I told y'all. I told y'all I was in the car. I'd be sitting in the car. I was doing it. That's the office. But I was going to get it together. I got it together, bro. So don't sleep on a nigga when he say he going to do something. He going to do it. It might be slow. It might take time. But nigga, I'm about my word when I say I'm going to do something. And that's what this video is about right now. What do you stand for? You know, every time I log in on these social networks, I see a lot of motherfuckers on here talking all this fly shit about they this, they that, they this, they that, they this, they that, they this, and all this other shit. You know what I mean? Niggas claiming this, niggas claiming that. Like, what do you stand for? Because you only lay down when you're born and when you die. The rest of your life, you're an upright person. So that means you stand for something. What do you stand for? What are your principles? What are you not going to do? What are you going to do? When do you draw the line? When do you tell motherfucker, yo, that's enough? When do you tell yourself, yo, that's enough? When do you say, I done enough? I haven't done enough. How do you keep yourself in check? Because from the outside looking in, and I got to tell my own self this. So first off, I'm not a motherfucker here trying to preach to you and tell you a bunch of extra shit that I don't even tell my motherfucking self. I'm not the guy. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy. I'll never be that guy. I'm hard on myself. That's why sometimes, like, even these videos take so long, because I'm hard on myself and I'm critical on myself, and that could be bad. You could do that too much, and now you get, like I always say, you get procrastination. The brother of perfection, trying to be perfect, will make you procrastinate. But there's a discussion that still needs to be had, and people gotta hold themselves accountable and just stand up for some shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of fuck shit happening every day. The murder rate is extremely high. The murder rate is extremely high. I'm gonna get on my Dr. Umar Johnson with you niggas. Don't make me start saying this shit 3 times in a row so niggas could fucking hear it. The murder rate is extremely high. And something gotta be done about it. We know how the system works, bro. We understand it's unfair policing. We understand that the cities that we live in is mostly one-party cities that support heavy policing and also support the prison system and free labor from our prisoners in jail. So we might not have the best policing. We might not have trust in the police. We might have an excess of guns. We might have an excess of drugs. We have all of these things internally that we have to fix inside of our community. We have all of these outside things that are working against our communities. But we are still people who live in these communities. And at some point, bro, we gotta do more than march on motherfuckers. And I understand, before I take it there, I even understand that community policing, it's not like you about to take a nigga and put him in your fucking basement and wait for 12 niggas from the neighborhood to come out and be the motherfucking judge, and then you go and hold him in the shed for 7 years for crimes he did in the neighborhood. We know that's not going to happen. So when somebody does something to somebody's sister, brother, mother, cousin, or their child, then you can't call the police. What's more than likely going to happen is you're going to have people in the neighborhood who come seeking vengeance, and they're going to get the same thing that kind of happened to them or worse. So we understand this is part of policing yourself. And if you don't have fair policing or good policing, then more people are going to police themselves, which means you're going to have higher crime rates and more person-on-person violence. But crime happens in the vicinity of of poverty. And if you got a lot of people impoverished in an area, then crime is going to be a byproduct of that. But we still need to stand up, because every day when we posting pictures and doing shit and saying shit, it's motherfuckers who's out here shooting motherfuckers, liking your motherfucking pictures and talking to you every motherfucking day in your comments. That's the reality of the world that we live in today. And so at some point, you don't need to beg these motherfuckers to do different. You don't have to cry and tell these motherfuckers to do different. You don't have to expose motherfuckers and all this shit. You just have to have a common belief that people are stand up. And when you say, bro, what do you stand on? That will make some of these guys think twice about the moves that they making and how they handling themselves out here, because they don't really stand on those principles. It's just fear and other things happening. We also living in a time with a quarantine and pandemic, and motherfuckers is home. Suicide is high. Divorce rate is high. Spousal abuse is high. Child abuse is high. Like, kids is at home, bro. People be like, yo, O.T.G, why you keep talking about the kids being home? Because a lot of motherfuckers dependent on sending their kids to school so their kids will be safe and not see fuck shit 8 to 10 hours out of the day. A lot of people sent their kids to school because they didn't have food in their refrigerator, or their home wasn't safe all the time for their children, and that gave them time to try to better their situation. But now children are home in houses that don't have food, that don't have power, that have drug addicts, that have abuse, have people now who are laid off and drinking more and taking more drugs. Like, there's a whole lot of things going on that's added into this pot that is creating this unrest that we are living in. But at some point, the question has to be asked, what do you stand for, you personally? When you look in the mirror, what do you look in your eyes and say to yourself, I'm not going to do that. I am going to do that. I need to check myself. I shouldn't have said that shit. I should have did it this way. I should have done it that way. I need to work harder. I need to try harder. I need to try this. I need to try that. I need to tell my kids this. My kids don't need to see that. Who is saying that to you? And if it's not you saying it to you, who the fuck do you think is going to say it to you? So if you're in a place where you calling yourself keeping it real, you saying you a stand-up person, you really out here holding it down, you care about your community, you care about this, you care about that, you will stop talking shit about black people who don't got money, talking about you got this and they don't got that. And motherfuckers ain't, they buying this and they got this and they got this with their unemployment and they doing this and it's not this. Like, you'll stop doing that. Because when it's done to you from a person on a higher echelon or a higher place than you, you feel some kind of way. That's number one. Because that gears up jealousy and envy and people feeling like this motherfucker don't even deserve to have this and I deserve this and a bunch of extra shit. Two, you should be more conscious about where the fuck, what you're showing on your social media every motherfucking day. The likes not paying no bills, and even if the likes is getting you a motherfucking mate or a friend or a manager or somebody to come in and pay your bills, you have to think about how long that's going to last and stop being fucking kids, bro. Like, motherfuckers gotta use their grown-up mind. Anything you doing, if you out here signing music contracts, modeling contracts, any fucking contract, that shit should not be no longer than no 15 fucking months. And 15 months out of the lifespan of your life doesn't mean you should just hop on some place that's recorded and being stored at the fucking Library of Congress just saying the dumbest, stupidest, worst shit that you could think of. Stop getting in your stories trying to be so hyped to get somebody to show that you better than somebody the fuck else and making yourself a fucking target. Locating yourself, putting your background in there, doing all this other crazy weird shit. Stop fucking niggas' girls. Just stop that shit. Like, at some point, at some time, like, you gonna realize that that's some shit that will get you killed. And of course it's not right. Of course it's not this. Of course it's not that. And people shouldn't, but they do. And you're grown enough to know that if you come messing in another man's fucking yard, that man feels like he got a right to do whatever the fuck he has to do when he catches you in his yard. And certain shit, how they be like, oh, this got no statute of limitations. Some things you do to people don't have a statute of limitations. Stop acting like niggas forgot. I feel like y'all OGs not really OGs because they caught up trying to be cool and get these likes and be cool and have certain, posture online and look real tough and all this other stupid ass shit. They not really understanding that this is part of what is helping the problem just keep culminating and keep going. Invest and spend in your neighborhood. Shop locally. Have some empathy for your own brothers and sisters. Stop taking your money and going spending it with everybody the fuck else, but then saying at the same time, oh, we not ever doing this and why not nobody supporting me? Support. First off, motherfuckers is supporting you every motherfucking day. You got people around you every fucking day who deal with your stupid shit, deal with your little funky ass attitudes, deal with and help you and support you and push you and do things for you. Don't take that shit for granted, because there's motherfuckers out here with no fucking body. And the people out here with no fucking body ain't complaining that they don't got no fucking body. They out here getting to it. So stop bitching. Stop complaining. Stop dissing your brothers and sisters. Stop locating yourself. Stop talking down on people who got less than you. Stop fucking people's spouses, men and women. Start checking yourself and asking yourself, what the fuck do you stand for? Motherfuckers out here arguing and fighting every day. For what? You see what the fuck we living in right now, bro? You see these Democrats and Republicans acting like Joe Biden bought a motherfucking battle rap campaign and had some bitches on a pole talking about take your booty to the pole. Donald Trump out here calling niggas my African American. You really think? Stop putting this shit off on other motherfucking people, bro. It's fucked up out here. And we need you on the team. Check yourself. Stop running down on shit. A lot of this shit don't need to happen because the price ain't even somebody's life for half this shit y'all niggas shooting for. So get that shit together, man. You're not trying to go be in jail and do some stupid ass shit for the rest of your life, sitting around working for some. Yeah, you're not trying to work for 22 cents a fucking hour. Because you got mad at a nigga who was talking to your baby mom and you seen it on the stories, so you went over there to check a motherfucker and then you had to pull your gun out and you done shot motherfuckers. Like, yo, relax with all that, bro. There's kids out here, bro. Who gonna take care of the kids? Who gonna take care of your kids? A lot of motherfuckers struggling every day to try to take care of their own goddamn kids, nigga. Then you out here killing motherfuckers and leaving your kids for your grandma and these motherfuckers out here, bro. Nah, man. Get it together. That's really what this is about, man. I need niggas to stand up. Take care of your motherfucking kids. Move the fuck out the way if you not. Stop talking shit about everybody trying to do something positive with their motherfucking self. Stop being so fly and niggas comments and other shit when niggas is already going through issues and problems and one of the hardest times in American fucking history, and then you got niggas just in the comments talking extra wavy and niggas DM saying all kinds of fly shit. Like, have some respect for yourself. Have some respect. Imagine you get killed for arguing with a motherfucker on IG, and then 10 years later, motherfuckers explain it to your kid and your goddamn family. You're like, yeah, we sure miss your father. You know what happened to him? He was arguing over some bitch and fucking on IG. And look, he said, yo, why don't you just pull up then, nigga? I'm with all the smoke. And then now you dead. And that's the last comment niggas got on your dumb ass. Like, niggas gotta relax. All across the board. We got way bigger fish we need to fry every motherfucking day. And it starts with getting the fuck out of this hole that black people are in. We got no representation. We got no party. Our schools is fucked up. Our neighborhoods is fucked up. We make, on average, $13,000 to $30,000 less than every other fucking American. Even if you got a fucking degree, it's the wealth gap spreads the more education that black people get. Black women is dying when they having babies. Fucking the kids is being born with developmental issues. Like, we are in a world of trouble, and Democrats and Republicans is not gonna fucking save us. Just wishing and praying and looking to the sky, that's not gonna save us. Motherfuckers standing up and looking themselves in the mirror and holding themselves accountable and saying, what do I believe in? What do I stand on? What am I not going to take no more? What am I going to do to fucking change it? That's it. If you got a comment or feel some kind of way, leave it in the comments. It's O.T.G. Another day, another dollar. You know what it is.